Good evening folks and welcome to another video. Yeah, another live stream. About 3 or 4 you've had this week, innit? We've had one every night except Tuesday, I think it was. Don't think I did one Tuesday. Anyway, tonight just put this tub of capacitors away because we don't need those. There we go. Right, what we're going to do, we're going to recap this board. Although you're not going to see me do that because I've already done it. And there what I took out of it. Let's go to camera 4. These are what I took out of it. This is the Baird stereo record player. It's not really stereo, you have to have the other amp and speaker unit for it to be stereo. It's just a mono record player because I didn't get the other bit. Anyway, these are what I took out. That is that used to be 30 that used to be 30 by 30, 30 by 32. It's open, gone to another planet. Yeah, 32 and 32, sorry. That was 0.05. I don't know whether that's any good, I just changed it. That one was 0.1 UF. Changed that as well. This one was 50 UF, 25 volts. Changed that too. So basically what we'll do, we'll look at the board. I'll show you exactly what's gone on here, what's been done, and we can get this back into let's get this lead untangled. There we go. We can get this back into the record player in a minute. Right, so I've put 2 new smoothers on there, reservoir and smoother, and as you can see, all nicely and neatly done. It wasn't bad, this board actually, not like the usual ones. This one was let me just check that there. No, we're not near it, but I just want to make sure. Whoops, caught the camera with my hand. No, we're not actually touching it, but just get that off there. Let's see, just get that bit of solder off there. So we were actually touching. But we're not now. No, we're well away from that now. Yeah, we had a bit. Let's clean the crap off. Yeah. So what I'll do, I'll just give that a quick dab with the iron. that's good. That's got it. Just get rid of these couple of splashes. That's it. There we go. Yeah, we're miles away from that now. Yeah. Yeah, I'd just like to make sure. Yeah. That one's okay. And that one there's the ground. That connection there's the ground. Yeah, we're alright there. Just wanted to check that. So I did all this earlier because I need to pull the valves out so I'll get the tool down there to tighten the nut up. There we go. The valves are a bit stiff, but as long as they're good and tight, that's what we want. Right. So what we'll do next, pull this to the edge of the desk so the knob can go through. I thought it went that way, it obviously doesn't. It either goes and go that way. It doesn't go that way, it goes that way. Must do. Yeah, there's the other nut there. Move that. That's where it went. The only problem is my bloody capacitor gone over my nut hole. Bloody capacitor's gone over my nut hole. It might just give me enough clearance. This one is a fibre washer. I'm sure that one went on there. Yeah, that went on there because that gets that there could get pretty close to that, so they've put that there to isolate it. Now that could do being pushed over a bit. We'll do that. That's it. Now put this back straight so we can, that's it. We're not going to touch anywhere there. Just wanted, there we go. Yeah, we're good. We're good to go. Oops. Get on. There we go. Yeah, the fella I got this off, he came pick up his, what do you call it tonight? There's a washer there. Not one of these washers, but it'll do. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he came to pick up his inverter. I couldn't guarantee that it works because I had no way of testing it. But I replaced the 3 amp fuse. I managed to find one the right size. I managed to get it in. Right. That's for the motor. That's for the input. And this is the power cable. I just snipped the power plug off for the purpose of, yeah. Right, so we want our valves. Right, this is, move these wires. So we can get that away from the valve. There we go. If I bring that on around that way, that's it, it's better. Now, there's our ECL82. And our EZ80. I haven't done the capacitors tonight, and sure I'll let you see me doing them because you've seen me do it loads of times. I just thought it was easier to just do them, get on with it. I don't know whether the cartridge in this record player is any good or whether the stylus is any good. I don't know anything about it, but we'll know when we try it. So let's bring the case back up because we can put the amplifier back into the case because we no longer need that. And then we can move all out of the way and have a look at the deck. Right, so we want to feed all our wires. Wherever this has been stored, it's been stored well because it's been kept well and it's in pretty good nick. It's got a fairly generous a fairly generous power lead on it as well. Slip the wires through the box. There is no strain relief on this, and it could really do with it, so we'll sort something out about that. Then put our signal wire through. Turn this round, and it's difficult because that's the signal, it's the motor, power cable, whoops, ooh, that was close. Make sure everything's that's right. Now put the screws in. Make sure that the screws go in. Should be right. Yeah, that one's gone in. It has a stereo badge on here. We'll take that off because no, that's not correct. That's not correct. I thought that was right, it's not. Right. There's the right screw. Just make sure we're not catching wires under somewhere. No. No, everything's right. And that's supposed to just go into there. And that's where it's supposed to go. Just there, just past there. That's it. It's still not right. Well, that should be right there. Now it's right in there. That's it. Is that in fire there? That's... Is that a tap? It should be right. On the brass washer. little brass cup washer. We also want the screw. So I'm pretty sure this is going to work, because he was telling me it got a loud hum when it warmed up, so obviously something's getting to the speaker. That's pulling in there now. That's it. Get the knobs. Push that centre back on there properly. That spring. Yeah, I'll find out where. Bloody hell. I hate these knobs. Well, that one's easy. But then that's not. These are supposed to just. Well, there's the flat there. Want the flat bit so we can push. Right, there's the flat bit there. And there's the flat bit there. It should just push on. That's it. It's perfect. It's in really nearly nice nick, this is. I'll just pull it slightly, there we go. Don't know which is tone or volume, but one of them is. And that's off. Right. We're going to put might be a date inside this as well. All the numbers are in here. I mean, look how it's all sealed, this as well. I mean, to change the valves, you have to take the bloody front off. Now let's have a look at the auto changer. Not a lot needs doing with this. It looks alright. Which I'm pretty. There we go. Alright. It's a Calaro. There you go. Let's go 12 views. It's a Calaro changer. There we go. And the mat's in good nick. I mean, wherever this thing's been, it's been kept really well. I'll say that for it. It's been kept really well. Which is what you want. Right. So this is just going to get an oil up, really. And look at that motor. This is just going to get an oil up really. That's all it needs is clean. So we're just going to give it a bit of an oil up. One drop of oil in there. No point in putting a drop. So how these work is you go reject, and then the turntable starts going, then don't know. Which we won't lose that washer out of there now. Which there's a washer in there. Which we won't lose that. Let's put that there out of the way for a minute. Put that clip out of the way. Right. Now let's get these bearings out. Yeah, we need to re-grease those. So we'll get the old grease out. The old grease is not that bad though. Couldn't have done it any harm. There's not a lot needed on this. Which I'm glad really, because these Calaros are generally over-engineered. A lot more than they needed to be. They were sold out to Magnavox in America and became Magnavox. But that being said, the finest ones were made here by Calaro. So whenever you see a Magnavox changer in America, then remember there were Calaro here first. There's a bit of some crap on that brush there, I don't want that getting into my bearings. There were Calaro first. And the way they operate, that went on upside down, so I'm going to put it back that way because that's the way it went. Clean that off there. Now I need to get under there to get some oil into the motor. And I think I'm going to have to take the motor apart to do it. And I don't really want to. This is the Calaro Conquest. And right, let's get the grease. Let's just see how easy that knob turns. That actually works very well, which is good because we'll give it a bit more grease. There we are. Now none of this here has got grease on it, so I'm not going to do anything because I haven't got the manual. And I think where's my tool? And I think that I might be able to, hang on, oh, got the control arm caught onto that, there we go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to undo No, that doesn't fit. I thought it would have done. I would like to get under there. Because I'd like to get in there. But I don't want to pull the whole bloody lot out. Yeah, I might have to. And that's how it works. Go across there, come back, and it will go back. Because I didn't find a record. So all that works. Let's give this a shaft a clean. But I can't believe how nice and shiny everything is under here. This looks like it come out of the factory yesterday. Right, so what we'll do, we'll wipe that old grease off of there. We'll put a little slither of new grease. Just there we go. Just look, see if there's any grease anywhere. No, it looks alright. We will, however, oil any pivot points. Oil this pivot point and get that big lump of shit off. But this looks like it was only put a bit more than a bit on there because it's got to travel. Let's have a look at the chat because somebody's there and I'm not ignoring you. Good evening, Simon. Simon. Sorry there, mate. Good evening, Simon. What's he saying? What are we tonight? Capacitor cookers. Yeah, absolutely. We should have been that on Sunday, shouldn't we? When I blew that capacitor up. Anyway, get off there. I'm just looking. That feels alright. That feels alright. But that being said, it's probably alright actually. If I need to come back to this to re-oil it, I can do. I'm going to leave it for now because to be honest I don't want to pull the whole freaking motor out because I certainly don't want to pull and you can actually put that on play just by doing that, using it manually. So what we'll do, we'll put the turntable back on. And we'll put the turntable back on. Drop some oil down the centre spigot. There we are. Lift it back off like I always do. Drop it back on. There we go. Put the clip on. Don't know whether that's the right clip for it, but it's a clip it's came with, so it can go back on. There we are. Now take this off here. These screws out because And I'm going to have to wire both channels together for the cartridge. I don't even know if the cartridge works. Not got a clue on that. But I don't know if there's any adjustment for the pickup arm on this. Don't know whether you can adjust it because there's a big weight at the back there, and that feels a bit heavy. But there again, I could be wrong. But there again, I'm just looking. That weight there, that holds the weight on. There is a spring there, so is that spring adjustable? Yeah, it is. I think you can adjust that spring by turning that screw. Yeah, that screw there, I'll just show you on camera 4. Little screw where I'm pointing there. I've just covered its hole up there. That little hole there, you put a small screwdriver down that to adjust the weight. So it is configurable, adjustable, configurable. That's what they use in the 21st century for saying it's adjustable. That's the word for the 21st century. They don't say it's adjustable, they say it's configurable. We'll put the let's move this camera this out of the way. Right, so basically we've got this here, which we're not going to use because we've only got one amplifier. So we're going to just use there we go. Get that wire out of there because we're not going to need that. And for those of you playing at home, I've just spotted it. It's a model RP6-S made by Baird. Right. There's our power lead. We'll put a knot in that so that we don't have, so we've got some strain relief. So we'll have it come in there. We'll put a knot there. It's in pretty good nick, this lead. I'm not changing it because there's nothing wrong with it. There we go. That'll go. There you go. Drop that down there. Wipe that oil off the top. Hey! Whoops. Right. Right. And there's our tag board for our motor wires. Clean this up a bit and then just solder it back on. There we go. Let's try and tidy this one up a bit. I hope I don't have to I don't get a splinter of it stuck in my thumb. I hate that, it hurts. Bit of wire. Solder that is. Move that because it's going to end up on the floor. That's it. Right. Input. Find another wire to go across. Get a bit of solder, got a bit of solder there, save run the risk of pulling everything off by grabbing the reel. Put that there. I just need a piece of wire. Doesn't matter what kind. Whee! Better use that there. Take that off. Well, I knew it would happen eventually. Get here. There we go. Get here. There we go. Always, just when you think you're not going to do it, it happens. There we go. I'll do for there for a minute. If I desolder that. Nope. Solder's too far oxidised. So there we go. Move the oil and all that going everywhere. That's one lead. That's the other lead. I've not even, oh bloody hell, I've not even tried this amplifier, and I usually do, but I'm pretty confident. There's only 2 screws to get it back out anyway, so. There we are. That's that one. We just loop that across to the live for the input. Yeah, Jay was saying he's got a new camera on the way. Mind you, that one I gave him is just about giving up the goal spot. I did tell him it was only a temporary measure. It's got him by for a few weeks anyway. But there is that. Yeah, it's got him by. Only just like, but it's got him by. It's the only problem when you're in this sort of thing. You can go through a lot of things. You know, you can go through cameras, computers, monitors, hard drives. You know, you can go through a lot of things. You don't realise that when you first start doing it though. You think, oh yeah, YouTube. I'll go on there and make a load of videos. People will sit and watch me. Ah, they will. That's all that connected. Oh, we're ready to take the tools out of the box. I think this was clipped in somewhere at some point because, well, I've put a knot in it anyway for safety. And on it goes. Just make sure that's not caught around anywhere. I'll tell you now folks, these Calaros, they are not light. They're heavy, these are heavy mechanisms. Right. There we go. If I can hold my finger under there. There we go. There we go, the knot's caught in. Right. Should we turn it round? Make sure I don't lose any of these bloody screws. These cup washers, I'm not going to put them in yet. I don't want to lose any of those, and there should be another one of them on here. There it is. And we can not worry about putting the plug on for now, just in case it has to come off. I don't think it will, but you never know. Where's my knife? Because we can plug it in. We'll have a look at the chat in a minute. I don't know whether the cartridge is going to be any good or the stylus. We're on the wrong side for the stylus anyway. We want to be on LP. And it's got one in there, so we might get away with that. I'm not going to put the plug on it just yet, because we want to make sure that damn thing's going to play, don't we? So it came in with a hum. I didn't demonstrate that because it can damage things. So I didn't demonstrate the hum. I just told you all it came in with one, because that's what Pete told me. He plugged it in, and it had a hum when it warmed up. So that's what he told me, and I told you not exactly the same. So that's in. That's the safe block. Well, the motor is going. The cartridge is working. That's tone, that's volume, it's tone. Oh. Right, so needs the idler tidied up a bit.
Tilt like it's floating. Twist here, just like it's floating heads. Floating heads caress your face. Stubborn whiskers go without a trace. But this personal touch is so unique. It's made for every face by a new technique. Let's twist! Are those floating heads caress your face? Stubborn whiskers go without a trace. Now this personal touch is so unique. And it's made for every face by a new technique. Well, now it's made to measure shaving with the Philly shave.
Personal touch.
Your toughest stubble, don't worry, Philly shave.
Personal touch.
Here's the modern twisting shaving that a razor never gave. Shave smoother, quicker, closer, with a Phillips.
Round and around and around.
With a Phillips.
Round and around and around.
I said a Phillips. Phillips shave.
Philly shave. Philly shave. Yeah, pop, pop.
Right, well, apart from the idlers needing cleaning, Let's try that again. There you go. It'll go over, it won't play it because it knows there's nothing there. But we'll tell you what we'll do, because we lost the camera the first time, we'll go to all views and we'll let you see it working from all views if we can. I'll answer some questions in a minute, because I know you all. Let's just get camera 3 back. Probably lose it the minute I switch that motor on. All cameras, there we go. So what we'll do, I don't want to play it too long because the young baby upstairs is just going to bed. So, and it's not fair. So hey, someone's coming up my path. It's Christine. Ooh, just in time for a cup of coffee. Hey Christine. Yeah, do us a coffee. In the bedroom.
Can't come on yet.
No, I'm not talking to Carl yet. I'm in the middle of doing this video. Right.
Round and around and around and around. Yeah, round and around and around.
Twist round and around and round like the Philly shade. With that rotary action like the Philly shade. Twist up and down and tilt like it's floating heads.
Unique Philly shade.
Twist here, twist there, twist just like it's floating heads.
It's Philly shade.
Floating heads caress your face.
Like the softest hair.
Stubborn whiskers go without a trace.
Whichever way to turn.
But this personal touch is so unique.
Only Philly shade.
It's made for every face by a new technique. Let's twist! Are those floating heads caress your face?
Like the softest hair.
Stubborn whiskers go without a trace.
Whichever way to turn.
Now this personal touch is so unique.
Only Philly shade.
And it's made for every face by a new technique. Well, now it's made to measure shaving with the Philly shade.
Personal touch.
Your toughest stubble, don't worry, Philly shade.
Personal touch.
Here's the modern twisting shaving that a razor never gave. Shave smoother, quicker, closer, with a Phillips,
Round and around and around.
with a Phillips.
Round and around and around.
I said a Phillips, Philly shave.
Philly shade, Philly shade. Yeah, pop, pop.
We've lost camera 2, not that I'm bothered. Anyway, and there we go. Let's turn this off. Right, probably lose camera 3. No, we didn't. We definitely lost 2 when that motor went off. Right, what do I do? Let's just have a look at the chat. Yeah, I'll do a bit of questions now. I've not done one for a bit. I've got a bit of spare time. I don't want to install an update now. I don't think it's going to install my update and turn my thing off. Right. It does, it sounds great, thanks Adrian. Simon, is it Simon? One of you, let me just put my glasses on. Wants to know what I do with the record players that I fix. Well, what I like to do with them. Yeah, Simon Wiggles asking what do I do with the record players I fix. Well, that's a fair question. I don't really have a collection, although I'll probably keep this one. I do keep some of them, but you can't keep everything. So basically, I just put them on Marketplace, and you know, I don't get a lot of them as it is, but what I do get, I put them on Marketplace, and I find new homes for them. But I don't ask stupid money for them. You know, I don't go for, you know, like, you know, I might sell a dance set for 60 quid, where everybody wants hundreds for theirs. You know, anywhere between 30 and 60, I'll do them at, you know, for people who want them, and they're going to play them. What I don't like to do, I don't like to sell them to somebody who is then going to take them and sell them for, you know, sell them for a huge profit. I don't like to deal with retailers, but you know, it could be argued it's none of my business once I've sold it. But yeah, I could do that, but I don't. So, you know, I could do that, but I don't. So I like to sell them to people that remember them from when they were a kid, or people who had one as a kid and they're like my age and they now want to relive that and have another one. You know, many reasons why I sell them, but I don't keep all of them. I keep a few. You know, because let's just move camera 4 a minute. Oh no, I don't need to, the screws are here. If you sell everything, you end up with nothing. I mean, there are things in my collection that are a constant, and they're always going to be in my collection. Like my Clark and Smith, my Garrard Zero, my Decca Music Centre. You know, things that I like and that are on display in the front room. Me MB60, me, you know, most of my radios, they're not available. Move camera 4 because it is in the way. What? Right, well there's nothing I can do about that at the moment, is there? You'll have to wait while I've finished doing what I'm doing. I'll bring it in here. Yeah, you pinched my sweets and all, don't say you didn't.
Only had 2 on
Yeah.
there. Where are they in there?
No, they're here. There's one. Do you want one?
Yeah, can I have one?
Yeah, there might be one left in that
They're
bag.
helping me throat.
Yeah, they're helping your throat. Yeah, at my bloody expense. And don't take them all.
There's only one handy.
There's only one in there. No, go on, you can have it. Fucking hell. Put the wrapper in the bin. See how generous I am. If it had been my last Rolo, you wouldn't have got it. Anyway, I'm happy with that because I do need to clean the idlers, but I don't need the deck out to do that. The deck can go in because secured. Didn't take a lot of servicing the deck on this. These Calbros, these Colaros are usually seized up solid, but we got lucky with this one. I think this has been kept. Put the stylus on the turntable back for a second. I think we got lucky with this. It's been well kept in a nice place. I will take the Steady-O badge off because I don't have the other part to it, so it'll only be used as mono. I'll find another use for that Steady-O badge. That'll go on something that needs a Steady-O badge, something of the period. And I can't see the bloody hole. There it is. That's it. But yeah, I do get rid of a few. I don't keep everything. I mean, you've no room to store the stuff for a start. You keep everything, you've no room to store it, so there's no sense in keeping stuff. But I don't make a profit out of it, folks. I'll tell you that now. You know, this Rexine on this is a bit knackered, but it's age. I'm not going to go to trouble of recovering it. Now, years ago, I'd have looked at that and I'd have gone, ooh, and I would have recovered that. And where's the screws gone for the lid? They were on here. And I hope I've not knocked them off onto the floor. There's 1, 2, 3, and you know, I don't even think they're them. Let me move camera 4. I don't think they're the screws for this lid. Sure, the ones that, there they are. There's the other one there, 4. Oh no. 2, yeah. That's one of them. 3, so where's the other one? I mean, I don't know what them ones are off. It doesn't matter, I could use them. They are the same size, so I could use them. Which is nice. So, yeah, there we go, 4 screws. Put that one back up there. And the interesting thing is they've used Phillips screws, but for the back of the lid they've used slotted, and it was made like that. It was made like that, folks. But yeah, I do like to think that when a record player leaves here, that it is going to go to a good home, and the person that's got it is not going to just take it from me and go and make hundreds of pounds on it, because I could have done that. So, you know, I don't object to people, don't get me wrong, I don't have an issue with people making a buck. I don't object to that at all. But if I sell something cheap, especially if they ask me to knock a bit of money off, and I do, and then they take it and sell it for, I find out, then you know, I'm not happy. And I usually do find out, because when I sell a record player, within a couple of days, I check eBay and Facebook and I have a look round, and I have found a couple of my players up for sale, but for reasonable prices. As far as I'm concerned, if somebody gives me 60 or 30, say someone gives me 60, then yeah, they can go out. They can go out and put their bit on. I don't mind that. But it's when you sell it to someone and they've got it up for hundreds, and they've only paid 60 for it, and they want 500. That's cheeky. I don't think anything like this is worth that kind of money. I don't think anything like that is worth that kind of money. I just don't. And there we go. I'll do it. Christine, stop fucking shouting. There's a baby upstairs in bed. Show some fucking respect. Fucking dickhead. Anyway. Basically, I'd say, basically, I get what I can, but basically, I get what I can, and yeah, that's that pie black box. That was an example. That's gone. I did a trade for 2 record players, and a little bit of folding as well. Not a lot, but enough. And so that's where we're up to, folks. I don't make a lot out of it. I really don't. People might think I do, but no, I don't. Then 2 repairs I did over the weekend. They'll pay for me gold bond. Steve will hold on to that money for me. He'll collect it, and he'll put it in the back of his wallet. Probably borrow it if he needs to, and he'll see to it that it's there on the day. I've taken the little stereo badge off the top there. We'll save that for something. And it's now, to all intents and purposes, a mono record player, which it always has been. It just came with the extra amplifier when it was new that you plugged in the back. I'm pleased with that. This is probably going to stay in the collection because it just shouts rock and roll, doesn't it? Like it has that 2-tone sort of, and even the paint, the Rexine inside hasn't faded. It looks really lovely. It's really nice, and I'm going to enjoy it tomorrow. I'm going to get up early in the morning. I'm going to look forward to getting up just so that I can stick a stack of singles. Try saying that after a few sherbets. Stick a stack of singles on it, and sit and listen to it and enjoy it. And yeah, I think I'll keep hold of that one. And well, to be honest, Adrian, you're only right, mate. There's lots of greedy people in the world. They're not happy with the cake, they want the crumbs as well. And it's not fair. But basically, at the end of the day, I'm happy to get, I'm happy to get something, I'm happy. The old saying, a small rabbit is better than no rabbit at all. I'd rather get a price I know I'm going to get and be happy with it, and know that somebody's got a bargain as well. I don't believe in charging like stupid prices, 500 and 600 and 700 quid. You know, there are people in the world. There's one guy in Rochdale chat out that he can't sell many. I don't think he sells many, not at them prices. He doesn't. I don't care what he says or what people say. He does not sell many players at that prices. No, that's just greed. I mean, he could fix all them players. He could sell them. You know, he could, hi Patrick, nice to see you, mate. He could sell all them players. He could fix all them players. He could polish them up and sell them, and make some money out of it and give everybody a bargain that buys one as well. But he won't. He won't even sell you a part off one of those players. I know that because a guy I used to do repairs for, he fell out with me because I told him he was too picky. A guy called Andrew Oldham. He wasn't happy with me because I told him, what happened was he was after a dance set and he was whinging about the thickness of the power lead I put on it. You know. You know, and if people are going to whinge about a power lead, they whinge about a stain that was on the top. And I said to him, basically, if you want a fucking mint one, go back to 1959 in a time machine and get one. You know. But at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, people, you know, the woman who bought that, well, actually, she bought it on behalf of her brother who was in hospital at the time, and you know, and he's absolutely delighted with it as far as I know. So, you know, yeah, and you know, it's nice to see. You know, she bought him some legs for it. She managed to find a set of legs for it. She sent me a picture of it on its legs, and it looks good. That was the dance set Bermuda. That was another Goldborn find. You know, and I don't see the point in asking stupid prices that you're not gonna get. You know, have a small rabbit with a bit of sauce on it instead of having no rabbit at all. I mean, you know, just yeah. You know. Anyway, folks, I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah, it's nice to make a bit of money, but you know, well, let me just touch up on that. See what time it is, because I want to go in a minute. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm alright for a few minutes. Anyway, basically, yeah, knowledge. People forget that you've had to take the good time to learn what you know. Yeah, you know, and you know what you know, and you know you've taken the good time to learn that. You know, and I think you should be able to get something back. I agree, Adrian. They should be. When every time I flog a record player, I expect it to be used for the purpose it was designed to be used for. It's like the Mildred. You know, he says to me, he said, well, why do you bother, you know, going to all that time and trouble? People might never use them, yeah, but the point is they might. You know, you sell something, you want to, you know, if you're going to take somebody's money, then you want the item to be as right as it is humanly possible to get it. You know, I walked in Rolls Royce motors when I was a kid. The factory in Crewe, because I was in school not far from there, and it was a red hot sunny day, and they had the big doors at the front open, and I just waltzed in. I was just walking around, and I stumbled on it, and I walked in. Nobody batted an eyelid, you know. Nobody said that, believe it or not. Nobody said out to me. I walked in, I looked round, and I looked up, and there was two signs. The first one was strive for perfection in everything you do. And the second one was take something and make it better. You know, I think that's what it said. But you know, and that's it. You know, and I've always tried to. I've always tried to live like that. You know, I like things spot on. I don't like things half baked. I don't like things half done. I don't like things unsafe. Nothing ever leaves here like that. Everything that leaves here has been gone through and it's been done. You know, if people want things, bodging up on the cheap, they go somewhere else for that. Because I don't do that here. I've got a good reputation. I like to think I've got a good reputation. I had a good reputation for years when I was doing the tellies back in the 80s. I had a good reputation for years. Or go and see Andy, he'll sort it for you, you know. Sometimes, most times I could, the odd time I couldn't, obviously, because I don't know everything. But, yeah. You know, I had a good reputation which I kept, and I'm hoping I've still got. Yeah. Well, let's put it one way, folks. When a record player leaves here, it doesn't come back. It doesn't come back because they're done correctly. So, you know, and I mean, I did a record player for that Andrew Oldham, and he actually blamed Bob Harper, and it had nothing to do with Bob Harper, because the fault that Bob Harper rebuilt the amp, and the rebuild of the amp I thought was exquisitely nicely done. It was really, really done well. It was done to a high standard that you'd expect from somebody like Bob. And what it actually was, it was the volume control. I replaced the volume control, and that sorted out the problem. But that had happened after it left Bob's. So, because Bob would have replaced that if it had only would have done. I know that, but that happened afterwards. And you can't blame the engineer for failures that happen afterwards, because Bob's an extremely good and talented engineer. He restores jukeboxes. He's a good engineer. He really is a top guy, and he's helpful. Yeah, you know, I mean that could do with a bit of switch cleaner in it. I forgot to do the switches, but there's only 2 screws. I'll pull it out and do them, and they'll be done. It'll take me 2 minutes. You know, I'll probably do it in the morning. Before I listen to it, I'll probably do it in the morning. Might clear itself up with use anyway. Well, it is years of experience, SDEX. It really is, mate. I mean, I started doing this when I was very, very, very young. I was about 8 or 9 when I started doing this, and I'm still learning. And you know, you know, nobody knows everything apart from Steve, the Oracle. He knows everything. You know, but it's about, if she shouts once more. Yeah, anyway, you know, I don't agree with people coming in my home and shouting, especially when there's a baby upstairs. You know, especially when the baby's asleep. There's no need. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. You know, I'm gonna leave it there, folks. I'm gonna leave it there, and I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna leave it there and get finished up, and you know, get on with the rest of my evening. Let you guys and girls get on with the rest of your evening. And I would like to thank you once again for joining in and contributing to the chat, and you know, coming on and saying hello and whatnot. Yeah, glad you enjoyed the content. I really enjoyed doing this one. like I said, I didn't do the recap in front of you. You've seen me do it all before. I thought I'd do the hard work this afternoon. Then I can come back tonight, show you what I've done and put it together. And so you all take it easy and have a good night. Have a good night. What's left of it, and join me for the next one. Probably be Sunday. I probably won't come on tomorrow, but I'll be on Sunday with Steve. Not sure what we've got planned, but we'll discuss that probably tomorrow, and we'll be on Sunday. I'll catch you later, folks. And remember, if you're not subscribed and you like what you see, then subscribe, and share. Thank you very much, Adrian. I will do, mate. You too. I'm going to leave it there. And good night, folks. Catch us all later. Bye for now.